Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trina, and in today's video, it is going to be my February anime wrap-up as well as my March to watch list. I'm going to be picking out again all of the anime that I'm going to hopefully watch for the month of March from my to watch jar, and I have it here to the side and also here in every anime video that I have for this 2024. I do have two jars or like containers here to the side. One is my to watch and one is what I already watched for the year so far. And to be perfectly honest, February was quite a slump month for me when it comes to watching anime as well as in my reading. And so you will see how horrible it is actually. My February theme was Haikyuu in my journals, and so far I only finished 4 anime for the month of February. It is so low, and I don't think I've included One Piece Red here yet. I haven't written down a paper to add to my watch list or like watched container, but here we have the 4 anime that I did watch. I finished The Gray Man as well as The Gray Man Hollow. They are both 8 out of 10 for me. It is a very much classic exorcist, quite popular in the early 2000s. I have seen like very much Alan Walker's name being thrown about when I was still in elementary school, and only decided now to watch it, and I really liked it. The only problem that I have is the pacing, I guess, and I did read like an article on whether or not the anime is going to continue or not. It was like it stopped production because of how bad the pacing was. So the first The Gray Man here is 103 episodes long, which checks out my one every month, like me watching one anime that is 50 or more episodes long per month to total to 12 by the end of the year, which is my major goal for 2024. And The Gray Man is this month's like February's. And so it was super slow, as any like classic anime was in the 2000s. Wherein currently like the modern take on it is that they chunk it up to like, or like they chop it up into seasons, like first season like 12, 13, or at the most 24 episodes per season. Classic anime doesn't do that. They usually just have like the long runs of 100 to 150 episodes, and I really enjoyed it, even though it's kind of a bit of a slow pace. However, once I reached The Gray Man Hollow, which I think was like aired 10 years after the release of this one. So 10 years after, of course, the style changed. It's like a modern production now, even though it's the same studio that created the first one. It's more polished, and the problem was it's too rushed. So this one is 13 episodes, and the pacing of it is like faster, and like they put out a bunch of information like about Alan Walker's past, what he will do moving forward, especially with the prophecy, and it just cuts in the middle of it, and there's nothing else left. And it's kind of a bit disappointing, of course, but I really want to continue with the manga, even though the manga is also unfinished, which pains me because I really don't like binge watching and binge reading stuff that are not finished yet. So yeah, that is for The Gray Man and The Gray Man Hollow. The other one that I watched is The Tale of Outcast. It is an anthropomorphic fantasy anime about outcasts, orphans, people who don't feel like they belong to their respective societies, made a contract with a demon or a devil, and the demons are basically animals, so they are almost like pets for some reason, and the wizards or like the mages, sort of like the humans that they contracted with have like keys to unlock the power of the demon, something like that, and they fight each other. It reminds me somewhat like Fate's Stay Night, wherein the demons are their servants, and their life forces are the ones that are being used to unlock the true potentials of these demons, and it's like, it's fine. 7 out of 10, it's fine. And then the last one that I have watched was One Piece Red, the movie. Watched it with my brother on Netflix, and it was actually good. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed the songs. Like, I knew the songs before I even watched the movie, and I finally understood like the references and such with One Piece Red. And yeah, I really like Uta, even though whatever she did there in that movie, she was like thinking of what is best for her fans and her friends without knowing the consequences. And yeah, I really liked it. I like the animation style. It's very much modern now compared to the previous. Like, I've been going on and off, like watching One Piece here and there whenever my brother watches because I have read the manga. I haven't been that updated yet. Like, I haven't finished Wano yet, but watching here and there, you can see like the style change and the animation, like the improvements in animation. It's just lovely. And okay, I usually check out to the side whenever I have like started watching it, and then once I have finished watching it, I usually put a score at the side. And I did start watching Durarara. I liked it so far. However, because of the slump, I did not finish it, so I am not counting it for this month. That being said, this is like the biggest like chunk of like a list of stuff that I have prepared for myself to win. I prepared myself to have like a bunch of my to watch list be knocked off in a single month. However, because of the sickness, because of the slump, I just didn't continue. So that's why for the month of March, with my pretty much Vanguard card fight Vanguard theme, I did only prepare 12 slots. I know like 12 is still a lot, but 20 is just too much last month. So we're picking out, I'm actually going to just pick out 9 because I do want, like, I will start writing in here. I will continue with Durarara. And because I'm doing like Vanguard theme for the month of March in my journal, I do want to watch Card Fight Vanguard Will Dress 3, which is the last season for, which is the last season for this like arc of Vanguard, like the set of characters for Vanguard, because they have like, what was it called again? Divine something. But there is a new Vanguard with new set of characters, with new sets of rules, and I just wanted to like finish off like the old Vanguard before starting the new one, even though I'm not particularly into the new one just yet. So yeah, and the last one that I'm going to add here before we start picking out is actually Pokemon Advanced Generation, or like Pokemon Advance. This one is 192 episodes long. It is generation 3 of the Pokemon series. This is my way of like trying to complete every Pokemon, like the whole Pokemon franchise. I want to watch every like season and movie from the whole Pokemon franchise, and this is also part of me picking out more than 50 episodes, like one per month, and this is for the month of March, 192 episodes. I'm watching, actually I've started watching, and I'm up at episode 10 or 11 I believe, and I am watching the dub version, which is fine. I just leave it there watching while I'm doing something else, like putting it on the background, watching every now and then, but mostly I am listening to it rather than watching. So yeah, we're going to pick out 9 more titles here. Hopefully I will not get any more sports or shonen anime as of the moment, because I don't really feel like I want any of those. What I do want to watch, like hopefully I want anything that is blue, suspense, mystery, orange for horror. I would like maybe a fantasy isekai, yeah, or like purple for supernatural. So hopefully I don't get any of the browns, white, yellow, and also lavender. So I'll put like the color guide here, and I'm going to like look away. You just have to trust me that I'm looking away as I'm pulling from like the bottom here. So here's one. Oops, let's return those. This is a peach, so it's romance drama. Hopefully it's a drama. The Wolf Brigade, yes, it's a drama. So we have that. I did feel like I was looking forward to watching this anime, the Jinro of the Wolf Brigade. However, it is like in the lower sports. So I haven't finished watching, like I didn't start watching Dive, but here it is again, I guess. It really wants to get, it really wants me to watch that swimming anime. Here. You have a green, which is sci-fi. Scarlet Nexus. I think I forgot if I pulled this last time or not. So that's 3 already. Next, we have a isekai fantasy. Arifureta? Is this the... What is this again? Apparently, I keep forgetting whatever it is I have been putting in here, so that's fine. We're going to search for them later. I should stop asking myself what these are. I will pull up my anime list app later. It's white, it's action. This is also something that I should allow myself to put something back. Like if I pulled it last month, I should be able to put it back. I will allow myself to put something back later, once I've finished the 9. It's another white one. Oh, it's a BNA. I wanted to watch this. I think this was a Netflix show. Not sure, but I wanted to watch that. That's fine. It's an orange, so it's a horror, psychological, or strategy. Finally, Lunar Legends of Hime. Okay, this is another of the Type Moon shows, so I wanted to watch that. So we are in two more, and then I'll just return Dive and Gara Vanishing Line. Oh, this is a lavender, so Slice of Life. Okay, Hetalia is kind of long. I think Hetalia is quite long, but we'll see. It's a comedy. It's quite popular when I was younger. One more. Oh, sorry. I can't get my hand out. It's another isekai fantasy. We have Restaurant to Another World 2. Okay, that's fine. Been meaning to watch this anyway. I'll just return one. I'll keep Dive. I'll just return Gara Vanishing Line. And not put it in because I might, who knows, I might pull it out again. But it's here on the side. It's not even free. And whatever it is I'm pulling here, I can't put it back because I already pulled one back. It's a lavender, another Slice of Life comedy. Play it cool, guys. Yeah, it's a school comedy, I guess. So I'm putting Gara Vanishing Line back. Going to write down all of the titles here based on like my preference and what will I watch first from this list, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, here we have the 12 on my list, and I also like inputted all of the data here in my anime list app here on my phone of all of the anime that we're watching for this month. I won't be talking about Durarara or Pokemon Advanced Generation anymore because they're very much straightforward. I will start with Cardfight Vanguard Well Dressed Season 3. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a spoiler or if anyone really cares. This is the continuation of Overdress. So it's from Cardfight Vanguard Overdress that generation, and then it's now Will Dress, and it is more than just a card strategy game now. It is more of like sci-fi element, and this is like the final season. I just want to finish watching it before I proceed to Cardfight Vanguard Divine Z. That's the name of the continuation. So some of the characters in Will Dress are in Divine Z anyway, so that's fine. And now we proceed to the one that I really want to watch, which is Lunar Legends Tsukihime. It is a horror, mystery, supernatural romance with vampires. So this follows Shiki, which is a different Shiki from Garden of Sinners, but it is still like part of like the Type Moon universe, like Fate Stay Night, Fate Grand Order. And this follows Shiki and Akrid. And I've been looking forward to this because my friend Abby really loves like anything Fate series or Fate franchise, and I'm going to watch this and finally understand some of like the references, especially like the anything in Carnival Phantasm, I guess. So that's the first one. The next one that I am looking forward to is BNA, Brand New Animal. This is a 12-episode anthropomorphic fantasy supernatural, wherein throughout history, humans has been at odds with beastmen, a species capable of changing shape due to their genetic beast factor. Anima City serves as a safe haven for these oppressed individuals to live free from human interference. During a festival celebrating the town's 10th anniversary, Michiro Kagemori, a human who suddenly turned into a tanuki, finds that Anima City is a far cry from paradise. After witnessing an explosion in the square, she is confronted by Shiro Ogami, a seemingly indestructible wolf and sworn protector of all beastmen. As they pursue the criminals behind the bombing, the two discover that Michiro is anything but an ordinary beastman and look to investigate her mysterious past and uncanny ability. So, yeah, it is beast folks, humans that can turn into animals, and it looks kind of like sci-fi-ish as well. So I'm looking forward to that one. Next we have Here's Restaurant to Another World, Season 2. I have already watched Season 1 like probably last year and have really enjoyed it. It's an isekai gourmet fantasy, and it is about a restaurant wherein it is open 5 times a day in the human world from Monday to Friday, but on Saturdays it is closed because it is open, like it opens its doors to different worlds and different parts of history, wherein different characters from different like folklore, history, and like different stories basically come together to this restaurant to eat good food. And it's like, it's very wholesome and I really enjoyed it. And if you really like gourmet and also like something that will introduce you to like fantasy worlds, different fantasy worlds, just like a little bit of dipping your toes into isekai fantasy, then this is quite a good anime to start. Next we have here is Jinro the Wolf Brigade. This is actually a movie, so it is an adult cast drama military romance, In an alternate history, following World War II, civil unrest and terrorism run rampant in a devastated Japan under foreign occupation. During a botched interception of underground munitions being transferred by a terrorist organization, Constable Kazuki Fuse, a soldier in an elite counterterrorism unit, witnessed the true terror of human nature. He fails to prevent a teenage girl from carrying out a desperate suicide bombing that subsequently caused immense destruction in Tokyo. With mental scars and his competence under question, Fuse is sent back to the military academy for a re-evaluation. Unbeknownst to him, he will soon be caught up in a web of government conspiracies that have power to determine the future of all Japan. As Fuse treads the fine line between human and beast, he ultimately discovers which side he truly belongs. So it is military, it is war, it is government conspiracy, which is mostly what I am into as of the moment. I have been reading a bunch of books that have mystery associated with it, and most of the time it is the government that is behind those mysteries. So yeah, even though it's like in the lower part of like my most anticipated watch for the month of March, I am probably going to watch that later. Next we have here Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. So I am questioning this because even though this is an isekai fantasy, it's also a harem, which is I really don't like that genre. So this is the ordinary life of 17-year-old otaku Hajime Nagumo is disrupted when he and his classmates are summoned to a fantasy world and tasked with saving mankind. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat, Hajime is belittled for only gaining an inferior transmutation skill that lacks any real offensive power. During an expedition in the Great Orcus Labyrinth, Hajime is betrayed by one of his classmates, plummeting him to the bottom of an abyss. Though he survives the fall, Hajime is faced with menacing monsters and misfortunes that send him spiraling into a grim nightmare. Desperate to live and return home one day, he resolves to fight for his survival, only to meet an imprisoned vampire he names Yue, who is also seeking to escape the labyrinth. Taking an interest in him, Yue and a few others along the way accompany Hajime on his journey to find a way back home while steadily transforming from commonplace to the world's strongest. Now this takes it sounds almost like Shield Hero, different it's a very common trope in isekai fantasy, so I don't know if I'm going to like this or not because it's redundant at this point, as I watch a bunch of isekai fantasy wherein the main character is the weakest supposedly in the group of people who are summoned, but it turns out they are the strongest in the bunch because of all of the experiences they gain from being mistreated and also trying to survive. So yeah. Next we have here is Hetalia Access Power. This is a low priority for this month because I already have my 50+ episodes, which is Pokemon Advance. But Hetalia Access Power is 52 episodes, anthropomorphic comedy, historical parody. What I know about this is that they are countries in human form, basically. I don't really want to read the synopsis all that much because I want to be sometimes I really want to be surprised. But I know that Hetalia was very much popular when I was in high school, wanted to watch that, didn't have the access, but now because of the age of the internet, I will be able to have access to Hetalia. Next we have here is Play It Cool, guys. It is a comedy, no, it's an Iyashikei slice of life, wherein despite their distinctive personalities, Somashiki, Hayate Chikura, Shun Futami, and Takayuki Mima all have one thing in common. Though natural clumsy, the four disguise their embarrassment from tiny slip-ups by maintaining a composed demeanor. However, it is actually the guy's airheadedness that makes the girl's heart throb. No matter what happens in their daily lives, the boys do their best not to lose their cool. Now, this is kind of funny because inside they're I believe they're embarrassed or something, but they keep a straight face and they look quite cool doing that. But we'll see. It sounds fun. Next we have here is Scarlet Nexus. It is 26 episodes long. Military sci-fi superpower action. In the year 2020, a nation faces the pervasive threats of the others. Mysterious monsters who fall from the sky and feed on human brains. Zombies? No. At the same time, Psionics, 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 a hormone that gives certain people extrasensory abilities that are effective against the others, is discovered in the human body. Subsequently, the nation founder established the Other Suppression Force, or OSF, to combat these monsters and save humanity. Commonly referred to as the Scarlet Guardians, young individuals with Psionics undergo intensive training to join this group. One day, the nation prepares an induction ceremony for exceptional recruits who completed the grueling training to become Scarlet Guardians. Among these young elites is Yuito Sumeragi, the determined son of the nation's founder. At the age of 5, he was rescued by a woman in the OSF. To repay this debt, he joins the organization, eager to put his training to good use. As he meets his new comrades, he faces a big problem. The woman who saved him years ago closely resembles one of his teammates. However, this should be the least of his worries because unbeknownst to him, a conspiracy is brewing, one with the capacity to shake the entire country. So another military government conspiracy, probably anime. A little bit on the low end because it's like long and I really need to finish Pokemon Advanced first. But in any case, I'm looking forward to watching that now that I know that this is a government conspiracy again. And then we have Lass's Dive. I have already talked about this in the last episode, but if you haven't watched that, then I will just give a short, long and short of it, which is this is a club, a normal school club that is going under because in the risk of closing because they don't have financial support from the school, and in order for the school to support them again and keep the club running, one of the club members has to join the Olympics. So yeah, that is it for my list for the month of March. This is still quite a lot, but I hope to knock out at least 3 or 4 from these. Most important is these 3 at the top here, but yeah, you will know it once I do a wrap up for March and then pick out my April one, which is like so far away from now probably because I'm filming this at the 1st of March. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope you found something to watch from all of the lists that I have been showing you guys, and I appreciate that you are here to join me today, and I will see you in the next video. So until then guys, take care and bye.